most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Shorten, physical therapist.
Oh, Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Well, in our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, kind of an unusual video. We're going to show you how to safely get on or off a bicycle when you have tight, painful hips or after hip replacement.
Right. So if you've been riding bike and all of a sudden you have a hip problem or replacement, it changes how to get on a bike if you want to continue to ride.
We were having this discussion before, Brad, and I'm 61, and to get on my bike, which is really raised quite high,
Sure.
I have problems.
Right.
So I was glad to see this.
Yeah, I'm going to show you two methods to easily get on and off the bike, whether it's hip or knee problems. But
at the end of the video, we're going to show our giveaway. So stick around. This thing is really cool. You'll want to see it.
It could be helpful for this issue.
It could be helpful for this.
Absolutely. Right. So, Bob, I got to be honest with you. I've got a friend at where I swim at the Y, and he's got a new shoulder, and he still swims.
A shoulder replacement.
Yeah, but he's still swimming. He's one of these guys. He's about in his 60s, I think. I never asked him, but he just continues to go. You know, avid fitness person.
He might end up being a Bob and Brad champion.
I think so. His name is Dave. Dave.
Dave.
I hope you don't mind I mention your name. I won't say your last name. Anyways. He had a problem, avid bicyclist for years.
No, he had a hip replacement.
He had a hip replacement as well, and his one knee is giving him a little issues.
Sure.
And he was if I remember the story right, he was standing with another fellow biker.
Gotcha.
And a lot of falls on bikes happen when you're getting on or off the bike.
It does. I didn't know that.
Particularly if you've got clipless pedals that are clipped in.
Right.
And that was a situation here. He's got a sore knee, a new hip, and he gets off the bike and down he goes. And luckily he had his helmet on yet. He hit the bumper of his car.
Oh, gosh.
Otherwise he probably would have had a concussion. Anyways, long story short, it's long enough already. He's considering stop biking because this problem. Yeah, and I said, no.
I got the solution.
Yeah, I got the solution. Other people have similar problems, I'm sure. So, first of all, if you have a hip replacement and you want to go back to biking, first thing you need to do is talk to your doctor.
Right.
Your orthopedic doctor.
You need to know what your restrictions are.
Right. And probably the doctor is going to say, yeah, you can get back to biking, but it's going to take so many months before it heals and you get the range of motion. That's the discussion you need to have with your doctor.
Right.
So get that cleared away. Number two is the pedals. Now, if you're not an avid biker, but you just recreational bike, you probably have what they call flat pedals or flats, where that's where you just put your foot on there and they don't clip in. And that's probably what I would recommend.
Sure.
Even if you're used to clipless pedals, they make a flat pedal that on one side is a clip in and the other side is flat. That would be a good option.
They also have the cage, whatever you call it.
Yeah, the stirrup.
Stirrup.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend those at all.
Oh, I had those and I don't like them.
Yeah, that's another story.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you brought it up.
I understand why you don't recommend them.
The other thing is the saddle. If you want to get on and off your bike easier, the nose of the saddle right here, if you get a saddle that has a shorter nose, is going to make it easier. Because you can get hung up on that nose.
Sure.
And then you can fall. Yeah, absolutely. So, and they, you're going to have to spend a little money on it, but make them with a shorter nose and you'll be happier and safer.
Is that less comfortable or is it more comfortable?
Actually, the ones I've seen with the shorter noses are made more ergonomically correct, and they're a little wider. Sometimes they have the space in the middle, so you don't have, if you're male, you don't have issues with the prostate. Yeah. So anyways, let's go on to the next thing. The easiest solution is to get a step-through frame bike. And otherwise, you don't have this here. The frame comes down, and you can much more easily step through.
What we would refer to as a girl's bike.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah,
I hope, but I'm sure that would may not go over well.
Not acceptable now.
And I've got to admit, my daughter, I've been buying her bikes since she was 3 years old, and I've never gotten her a step-through bike.
Oh, you haven't?
No. Why? Anyways, but for this situation, it's a good option. As a matter of fact, Mike's mother, Mike works with us.
Yeah.
She's active. She had a hip replacement, and that's what she did, and it works
Sure.
very well for her. If you do not want that option, here's 2 options to get on and off the bike. And the first one, now this looks a little aggressive.
It does.
But if you've been biking before, you're familiar with your bike and the handbrakes. You can't do it with a bike without handbrakes, which I think all
Almost
bikes.
every bike.
Yeah.
has.
So you pick up the bike like this and you put the brakes on. Okay. Now we're going to get on. We're going to get.
Do you have to put both brakes on?
No. But if you can't remember which
Right,
one is the back tire,
'cause it's
just
gotta
hit
be-
both
the
of them.
back one's got to be done.
Right. And to be
Yeah.
honest with you, I believe it's the front one is on the left. Yeah.
Sure.
When I'm riding, I don't think about it, and it always works. But when I think about it,
Yeah.
So get it up to here, and then you're going to just let it drop through. Now here you have to get over the seat and drop right in. Okay.
And even that would have been easier if that was a shorter seat.
Yeah. If the nose is a
Yeah,
little
with
shorter,
nose.
that helps.
Yeah.
Now this is what Dave is doing.
That
and
was
he
really
said
cool.
he said
really
it worked
like that.
really well. And I'll show you the other method in a little bit. Now to get off, you do the opposite. You're going to bring it up.
Sure.
And you do need to come over like this.
Roll to the side a
Yeah,
little bit.
you're going to probably, if you're a little unstable, unsure, do it with someone with you to start with.
Sure.
It may or may not be the way you want to do it.
So you're bringing the leg up at the same time you're bringing the bike up.
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So again, go through in slow motion to get on it up here, brakes on so it's steady. Now I'm just going to lift up and come over, and let that bike go
Now,
through.
that one looks very doable to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. And this other way again, am I too close, Tanner?
That one is a little more difficult, it looks to me.
Coming forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dave said he did it well. So I
Oh,
was
really?
Yep, yeah. So we're gonna go up like this. See, now this is where the nose will kind of hit you if
Hits you,
it's,
right.
if it's longer. Okay, but we do just need to lift up and up like that and through.
Sure.
And then,
Just
walk.
a little practice.
You can walk it down
Yeah.
slow. It's just kind of fun. The second way, I think this is easier, is just take the bike and partially lay it down like this at about a 45.
This is what I do.
Now, lock the brakes right here, because right now, no matter which hip is sore or leg, I'm using the bike as a rest for balance. And just bring it down to here while you keep. Now, this one you do have both brakes locked,
Gotcha.
for sure. And this come
Just
over.
bring it on over. So you got to have a
and
little
lock it up.
hip abduction. You got to
Yep.
be able to bring the leg out.
Yeah. But I'm telling you now to get off, it's here. You can go up and down with a bike, and I'm still using the bike to rest and to balance. And it's just like having a cane and bring it back over to
That's
here.
the one I would do for getting
Yep.
off.
So
Getting on, I might do either one.
it makes a difference on your, if you've got a carbon fiber bike that's light, it's a lower frame in general, then this one here is much more doable. And
Sure.
it looks cool too.
Yeah, it does. It's like a,
Which makes it different for
you're
certain
in
people.
a rodeo. But I got to give you credit, Brad. Brad is a mechanical genius, and I'm sure you came up with these on your own, or maybe
No, I did not.
Oh, did you?
No, I went to a bike course on. It was a physical therapy continuing ed course on bicycles, how to set up on a
Oh,
bike,
cool.
and they talked about injuries and hips.
Gotcha.
And that's where I
Got
learned
the-
that one.
Okay.
Because when
Very nice though.
yeah.
I'm going to use these myself.
So take your time with this and make sure you do it with someone next to you. Get it system down so you feel very comfortable. Because the last thing you want to do is have a
Right,
fall
fall.
trying to be
Yeah,
safe.
Exactly.
So
That would not
and,
work.
and once you get comfortable with either method, you just stick with it and becomes part of your.
Should we
your
talk
biking.
about a giveaway, Brad?
Oh yes, which if you do have a stiff hip, not
Yeah.
a hip replacement, just a stiff hip, this could get those muscles
Yeah,
loosened
this is
up.
the Bob and Brad. This is our highest end massage gun. It's actually quite often it's for athletes because
Mhm.
if you're a bulky guy or even if you aren't, you want a powerful gun.
Yeah.
This is it. And the one thing that really sets us apart is it's got an attachment here, a metal head.
Well, it's not just metal, Bob. It's stainless steel.
Stainless steel, and it screws in, so it
Mhm.
really holds on. And this thing, I don't know why, but it just feels like it really penetrates deeply, Brad. I don't know if you agree with that, but
No,
you
yeah,
disagree?
because if you use a plastic head, it seems to me probably the same thing.
Right.
But it may be psychological, but one way or
maybe it is
another.
psychological. But ooh, baby.
Yeah.
And it's got 5 speeds, and it has different heads, and great massager. Here's your chance to win one. Just go to bobandbrad.com. Go to the giveaway section to sign up, or go to Bob and Brad on Facebook, and it'll be pinned to the top of the page.
Here's the other heads that come with it.
Do mention our podcast, Brad.
Yeah, we should mention the podcast. I don't know if this one won't be on the podcast, but we do have one that you can,
That's true.
and we have really good people on our podcast.
Yeah.
Sing a song, Bob.
I can't.
Cut. We don't need that exposure.